Hi guys, welcome back to Lights and Meditations. Tespes, come on, say hi. Tespes, say hi. Don't mind her, she's a lazy one. She just likes to sleep like her mama. Anyways, how did you guys find the last episode and the first segment of Jury Duty? Was that interesting for y'all? I know, like that story was a lot. Like, what is happening, you guys? What are human beings doing with their life? Life is really lifing to some people. I really wish her well. I hope things don't turn out as badly as they look like they would. But as you can see from the title, we're still continuing our conversation on relationships because I thought we should just sit on that for a little bit. So I know we had spoken about, the emphasis was on sneaky links, but then we ended up talking about situationships as well. And so I went ahead and looked up online the definition of situationships, right? And I found it quite interesting. Let me read it out to you guys. So it says a situationship is a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal or established. Another one says it's a romantic or sexual relationship that is undefined and non committal. People in situationships are more than friends, but they are also less than committed romantic partners. Okay, nice. That's cool. That's right. But I have two things with this definition, or just 2 points to make. I could be wrong, but I think any for any relationship to be meaningful, for any relationship to be functional, for any relationship to be a relationship and have impact in your life and in the life of the person or persons involved in that relationship, it ideally should have some structure. Technically, a relationship just based on its category, like if it's a sibling relationship, a parental relationship, a business relationship, that's already defining it. So relationships are intended to have some definition to them. That's one. They are intended to also have some structure, some code of conduct and guidelines, so to say, that navigate or determine how the persons involved in that relationship will conduct themselves. It's like how the way that you would interact with someone who you're in a business relationship with is different from how you would relate to someone you're in a romantic or familial relationship with, because there is just some definition, some code of conduct, some structure. And also there has to be commitment. I don't want to say there has to be some level of commitment, because for any relationship to be mutual, to be functional, to be impactful to both persons, there has to be commitment. I don't want to say there has to be, okay, fine, there has to be a level of commitment. And usually it's best if both parties are on the same page in terms of how much commitment they want in that relationship, right? So then that already tells me that based on this definition, a situationship is a recipe for disaster, just like we said. A situationship is wahala waiting to happen. A situationship is heartbreak and tears, as Sotonia will say, hot tears waiting to happen. Now that's one. Secondly, they said people in situationships are more than friends. I put it to you that if you think about some of the situationships you've been in, if you're being honest, more than likely they are or should have been. Essentially, they were the people you were in those situationships with are people who could have potentially been meaningful friends to you, people who could have been better as friends than they were as your situationship buddy. You can't say romantic partner or friend because you're neither of those two, so you're a situationship. What you call a person you're in a boat with? Your situationship shipmate. Now, as Wanti on the last episode pointed out, even like regular relationships, romantic regular relationships, even friendships with the same sex, like you're my guy, right? They have a tendency to go awry from time to time. There's bound to be conflict, there's bound to be issues from time to time, right? then how much more a relationship that is supposedly undefined, without commitment, and without definition? Again, I cannot overemphasize recipe for wahala. Anyways, um, I just want to say that I can understand that there will be seasons, and sometimes we just might find it difficult to not find ourselves, consciously or subconsciously slipping into a situationship, especially maybe when you're younger and whatnot. And I might say, that's okay. The days of ignorance, the Lord will have mercy and all of that. But you see, I am concerned because I think I can be a bit observant sometimes, yeah. And based on just the patterns of behavior I've seen play out and some of the things I hear or see around me, I feel like a lot of dysfunction in the way that we relate to one another is building up in people as a result of a number of things. A number of things. I know the world has problems, but I want to put it out that these sneaky links, these situationships, these undefined relationships, along with drugs. Yeah, I said it. As they say, I said what I said. Catch me outside. How about that? But yeah, the point is we're focused on relationships today. These undefined relationships. Because already they're a recipe for wahala. There's already a lot of people who've been hurt because of these kind of relationships. And you know what they say, hurt people hurt people. So it's this endless cycle of broken and hurt people who go out to hurt more people, and then those hurt people hurt more people, and we're just gonna keep hurting ourselves. And then I don't know, do we really want to live in a world where everybody is scarred, everybody is carrying this heaviness and bitterness from disappointment in previous relationships and previous interactions with people? There's betrayal everywhere. People are fearing women. People are shouting, "Let us come," and all of that. Like, is that the world you want to live in? Is that the world you want to bring children into? Is that the world you want your brothers and sisters to live in? I don't. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for you guys. I don't want that for my friends. I don't want that for my brothers. I don't want it for my sisters. And that's why I think it is so important that we have these conversations and we tell ourselves the truth, guys. These situationships aren't working. These sneaky links, they're not working. These half-hearted approaches to connection with human beings, it's not working. It's not working. And we need to do better, guys. And that's why we're having this conversation today. I'm hoping to go, and I'm not even trying to I'm not trying to act like I have all the answers or anything, right? But I'm hoping to just add my voice to the conversation and maybe just share a little bit. I'm not too wise like that, yeah. But the small wisdom that I have, I'm like, okay, let me just share it. Maybe it'll be helpful for someone else. And who knows, maybe I will be playing my own little part in my own little corner with my 9 subscribers to just make the world a little better, right? Okay, without further ado, let's meditate. So, real quick, sorry, I disturbed you. I'm sorry, love. So, real quick, I'm just gonna go over a couple things that I think can be a guide to help us navigate the early stages of interactions with new people. Obviously, this is not just limited to like new relationships. I believe you can use some of these things to evaluate even like current relationships that you have. Actually, this episode is coming a bit late, like 2 weeks late. Guys, I've been I've been going through. I've not been going through a lot, but I've been a bit stressed. I'm not even gonna lie. Look at this fine face. But actually, last month when this was supposed to have aired, um, in my church, the youth chapel Bethel, we were talking. Wow, English guys. Well, we were talking about evaluating relationships. I believe some of these points would be useful in evaluating both present and new, new relationships that you might be considering, essentially. So, first and foremost on the list, and there's really no particular order to all of this, but the first thing I had on my list is that you need to assess yourself. And this is important for so many reasons. I mean, first of all, what's the point of a relationship? It's the giving of yourself and the giving of that person's self. And in you guys sharing of your lives and of your person. And then, of course, that ultimately will add to your own self discovery, right? But you need to know yourself to an extent. You need to have an idea about who you are. And I'm just gonna say this, even though I sometimes feel weird sharing something that I just learned, because like I just learned it and I'm just like adding it to my own person. So why should I share it? But I'm gonna share it anyways because it's something I learned recently. And it's that the best way to discover yourself is not looking within, but looking without. And the scripture is Psalm 100 verses 3. It says, acknowledge that the Lord is God. He is the one who made us, and we are the sheep of his pasture. It's easy to say, oh, my heart goes chim chim when I do certain things. And I have a passion for singing. I have a passion for helping people. I have a passion for children. That's all good and great. But how about you talk to the guy who gave you those passions? Wouldn't he know best exactly why he gave you those inclinations, those passions, those strengths, and those weaknesses? And wouldn't he know best exactly where you need to be and what you need to be doing and just exactly what your purpose is, right? So look to God as the best place for you to find definition. But also, the aspect of knowing thyself is it also in knowing what your needs are and what season of life you're in. And that could be sounding kind of selfish, like, okay, I'm only going to make friends that can meet my needs. I'm not talking about like financial kind of needs. I'm talking about more deep kind of needs. I'll give you an example. I'm a medical student. One of my needs right now is to be academically competent. Because yeah, I wanna match or whatever comes after medical school, right? And so if I'm moving towards, or if the person is moving towards me, someone who is a medical student but is not seeking or actively working towards academic competencies, moving towards me, I'm gonna be like, where you going to? Where you actually going? I'm not joking. Like, where you going to? Is it me? Is it you? No, fam. And I'm not saying so all my friends are gonna be medical students. I'm open to meeting all kinds of people. I'm just saying I'm going to be particularly looking out for people in that field who I know we can learn from each other, we can impact each other meaningfully. And that's just one example. Another example is if um you're like really young, right? Maybe just fresh into high school, and obviously your focus at that time is more of really engaging in activities that help you discover things about yourself, what you actually want to do with your life. That is definitely not the time for you to be exercising or exerting your strength in romantic relationships. So if someone is coming at you with, hey girl, how you doing? Nah, I ain't got time for this. This, you're cute, but no baby. Like, I ain't got time for that. So that's what knowing yourself will do for you. It will really help you define what kind of relationships you're open to and can accommodate at this particular time in your life. Now, the second point that I made here, if you've been my friend long enough, you've probably heard me say this. I was about to say that I've said it 1,001 times, but I've not lived long enough to have said it 1,001 times. But I know I will one day say it 1,001 times. Oh no, I have a lot of energy for someone that's so tired. But the other thing that I was gonna say is that you need to learn to give things time. Ah, again, like I said, I'm not so wise and I'm not so old, but I'm old enough, right? Old enough to know that time is such a beautiful thing. I hate and love time because sometimes it feels like there's not enough time. But time in the terms of the passing of time, I found it to be a beautiful thing. I mean, memories that we make. But one of the things I've learned is that time has a way of proving the quality and character and intentions of people. It's two ways. The passing of time has allowed me to evolve, develop, and I can come to you now like someone that has sense. But also, like in interacting with people, the more time you give to really just let people stay in your life, you will see and know things. And so I think before you rush to say, oh, we're besties, and especially in the case where you meet, I know that there are some people, God, I've met these people. On the first day, you guys just click. It's like a yin and yang, like the missing rib to my soul and my intestine and whatnot. Like you, it's like did they cut us from the same cloth? Did we come out from the same womb? Are you my sister from another mother? Are you the womb of my womb, the loins of my, I don't know. Like they're just people when you meet them on the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, I know. Vibes on vibes, and you guys could talk for hours. But learn to give people, learn to give yourself, learn to give situations time. Time really has a way of allowing you to really get to see people for who they really are, to know what they're really about. Is this person really all about being a part of your life, being a meaningful contribution to your story? Does this person actually and then that just brings me to the next thing. Actually, you want to be assessing this person. Come on now. Okay, like no, with the example from jury duty now. Look at someone that you that the person wants to disgrace you outside. I mean, you people are great. I still believe in men and women of the world. People are great, but people are people are people. If do you know, as in to tell you how serious it is, God in Himself made sure it was documented in the Bible. The heart of man is desperately weak. God loves man, no. God loves man. And it is the heart of man. The heart of man is desperately wicked. My brother, my sister. Assess this person. I know they're cute. They have a good heart, and everybody says nothing but flowers about them. Shine your eye, look, assess. And that's what time allows you to do. It gives you an opportunity to really get to know this person and to see them for who they really. I want to emphasize this point about seeing them for who they really are, because I believe that, especially when you now know yourself very well, there's now the flip side. So if like I give an example. So for someone my age, my age mates, how you guys doing? Anyways, for someone my age, you realize, okay, I have a job, I'm settled, I have a good roof over my head, I want to settle down like romantically. So one of the things you're looking for is a romantic partner, right? And then people come, and then instead of you to see them for who they really are, you're seeing them through the lens of your own expectations of them. This one is looking like, so he does. Let me give you an example. He does something, and that might just be his character. That could just be him trying to be polite because he just met you for the first time, or he was not even thinking through it. And what if it was a mistake that he helped you pick up something that fell, like he wasn't paying attention and he just mistakenly helped you pick up something, but you're like, oh wow, he's so kind, like husband material. And maybe this nigger does not even have any ambitions of settling down in his mind at all. Come on now. So really try to see them for who they really are, not your expectations of them. And this goes both ways. You have really high expectations, and then when the person isn't meeting those expectations, you're getting disappointed. But you just met this person. Come on now. Why do you expect them to be leaving everything that they have to do to come at your every beck and call? Who are you? Okay, maybe I'm being dramatic. I might be being a bit dramatic, but I really hope you try to get the point of what I'm trying to say. I don't want to talk too much, but essentially, just let them be themselves and observe them for who they really are, outside of what your own expectations of them are, outside of what you think they have come to do in your life, this Prince Charming to your Rapunzel or whatever. Like, just let them be and observe and observe and observe. Don't be tired of observing. And that takes me also to the other point, which is I wrote it down here. I was like, have boundaries for yourself, slash put a knife in your throat, woman. I don't know why I'm saying women a lot. I'm a woman, so obviously. But if you're a guy, you're listening to this, find how this applies to you because I know it applies. But have boundaries for yourself. And the context in which I put this is that just because you can talk to this person every day doesn't mean you should. I just met you. Come on, bro. I know. I've been waiting for someone that I will talk to, and now you have come. And you and I, we just click. We have the same mind. Our values are the same. Even though you don't have mommy and daddy at home, you don't have Bible to read, you don't have prayer to pray. Why do you want to talk to this person every, like, I know it's nice, I know you've been lonely, I know, but just try and discipline yourself a little bit, because you see, by the time you're talking to the person every day, yes, it might be giving you an opportunity to get to know them, but you become attached. And we all know, every person that's spoken about relationships will tell you that once your feelings are involved, objectivity doesn't fly, jumps out the window. Where's objectivity? It's nowhere to be found. Because you're in your feelings, and you're feeling good, you're feeling fine. Just wanna. I digress. But really, like, for real, guys, for real, have boundaries. Have boundaries. Like, I don't want to tell you what the boundaries should be, but have boundaries. You don't have to talk to this person every day. I remember one. So because the person is cute and you're feeling them and the energy is nice and he seems like a gentleman. Seems like a gentleman. You will not go to his house on the second day after meeting. Have you heard about serial killers before? Have you heard about rapists? And this is not me saying, okay, now enter the world with trepidation. I'm just saying be cautious. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it, right? Like, even if he's a pastor, he's a saint, he's not the devil, he's not a devil, he's not a demon, he's not a Yoruba guy. Like, don't do that just because you can do it. Have some decorum, have some class, be disciplined. It's not everything that you can. In the words of Paul, all things are lawful, all things are lawful, not all things will enslave me. Don't do it because you want to look cool. Don't do it because you want to look like you're an amenable person. Don't do it because you want to please them. Why do you even feel the need to please them? That's already a red flag. What? Why is this paining me so much? But no, I'm serious. As I'm telling you, like, I'm really passionate about all of us having more functional and healthy relationships. Right? So yes, forgive me if I'm being a bit too dramatic. But no, don't talk every day because the vibes are nice. Don't just go to the person's house because they passed on. He's a good guy. I've heard so much about him. Don't do that. Don't give them unnecessary access. Just have boundaries, okay? And finally, I will say this, and I will say it loud with my chest. Just because there's chemistry, electric shock. Just because the vibes are smooth like jazz on a Friday night is giving you rhythm and blues. Baby. Just because there are strong feelings of attraction, like I looked across the room and our eyes met and I knew it. There was a zinc in my soul, lightning shot through me, there were butterflies in my belly. Any kind of expression you will use for what the feeling was when you first met this person. Just because you guys click, just because you connect, hmm, doesn't mean you need to date or be romantically involved with this person. And I know that can be really hard to swallow because maybe, movies and media has told us this lie that, oh, if you feel a spark, you feel a connection, just run with it. But let's I'm not even trying to be all morally sound and everything. I'm just being very realistic with you guys. Now, imagine, just try to think about the number of people you have liked, felt attracted to, felt a vibe with, just people that have made a very strong impression on you, like, baby, right? Let me digress a second. I don't know why I did this, but there was this one time in my life. I don't know what I'm saying. There was this one time in my life where I had this list. It was full caption. No, is it? You guys know those long notes that they have back in Nigeria? You guys know a long. That whole long note. I had a list of. I made a list of guys that I had kind of maybe felt some level of attraction to over the course of my life. From when I was a small girl, and they used to say, that is your husband, that's your husband. And I used to do my body changing through like that. And let me say this outside. I will confess, there are at least 20 names. There are at least 20 names on that list. And just imagine that. And then imagine I'm telling you I've dated 20 people. I haven't dated. God save me. But that's my point. You ideally, realistically, cannot date everybody that you feel some connection with. Everybody that you... I mean, don't we all have one celebrity crush or the other? Chris Hemsworth, what's up? Jason Momoa. I see. He's a married man. I'm sorry. But my point being, if even your celebrity crushes are unattainable, you would probably almost never date them. And I'm a very happily married, happily in love girl, right? Love you, baby. The point is, you can't date everyone that you feel some attraction to. So why are you trying to make sure that this person, because you guys vibe and everything, you guys have a relationship has to come out from it? Like, just get rid of that mentality that just because you like this person and you guys are connecting, people must date. That's a very unhealthy and unrealistic expectation. And I will add, I'm not just talking about dates. Just because you like the person doesn't mean you have to sleep with them. I mean, let's be honest, you guys. You guys know that sex outside of its intended purpose, man and wife, make babies, bask in the love of God that is enveloped y'all. Yeah, y'all should not be doing that. Y'all shouldn't be doing that stuff. You guys know. Like, make your arguments for why you think it's okay. But as I said in the beginning, God knows the purpose for which He has given us every earthly pleasure that He has given unto us. God gave us these pleasures. He has an intention for it. And I'm gonna quote Romans 8:28 for y'all. All things work together for those who are called according to His purpose. The good is in His purpose. There is a beautiful goodness. There is a beautiful wonderfulness that comes from doing things, using these pleasures according to the purpose of God. Okay? So, therefore, it's not okay to be trying to be sexually involved with someone just because like how tall they are. They have nice eyes, like me. I don't know why I'm so energetic. Well, I think you guys get the point. If you don't get it, don't forget about it. You must get it. Listen to this thing again. Oh, but that's my contribution. Please go ahead in the comment section if you have something else that you think we should add to this. If you don't agree with me, tell me. Tell me your own. I've told you my own. And if you tell me your own, I'll tell you my own again. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. You guys, it is with all my heart that I wish for you guys the best of experiences. And can I just say, if you've experienced being hurt previously, if you've been traumatized, if someone has let you down in a relationship or a situationship, if you've given up, my prayer first and foremost is that the Lord will heal you. I don't want to say that you will heal. I think it takes the mercy and the love of God for people to heal completely from disappointment in relationships. Because human beings can really hurt you deep. I know, I've been there. I hope that the Lord will heal you. And as I always say, I'm sending you the warmth, the healing love of the precious Lamb of God to comfort you, to make you whole again, so that the light of the glory of God, the light of the Word of God, becomes the perspective, the lens with which you view the world for the beautiful simulation that it is. This world is not all bad. This life is not all bad. People are not all bad. And I wish you the best of experiences going forward in your relationships with people. I just want you to be happy. I want you to have good relationships, healthy relationships, and to be of a sound mind. Until next time, go and listen to other episodes I'm not listening to. If you have listened to other episodes and you have not shared it, I know, I can see it. You didn't share it. Please share it. Help me and share it. And stay blessed, stay safe. I love you guys so much. Bye. Yes, say bye. They're going. Just say bye. Bye, guys. Thanks.